Welcome to the city of Joburg. This is part 1 of the city of Joburg. The compelling story is very sad that the majority of the so-called residents of Gauteng are finding it very difficult to find jobs both in government and the private sector. But as we travel through the city of Joburg, you can see a hype of activity. The population in the city of Joburg has probably increased 100-fold since 1994, meaning during the times of apartheid, there was what we called border control or territorial control. People were not allowed to go in and out of Joburg at free will from different provinces without the permission of a respective town or city manager. But today, the borders of South Africa are wide open, not only to abuse, but to every citizen from Africa and including the world, to an extent that those boundaries have been crushed like the wall of Berlin. It is said, having said that the very people who built through labor, hard sweat, blood, sweat and tears, their labor, are unable to find permanent or stable employment in the city of Joburg. What we see happening in the city of Joburg is that people who are self-employed, a majority of them are people from Africa. So our local South African residents are faced with a challenge to understand the spirit of entrepreneurship in order for them to begin to compete with their fellow African counterpart. That being the case, it means our local Africans, if they cannot find jobs, I suppose they are entitled to look for other opportunities in Johannesburg to be self-employed.